now we can head to the Week 12 ballers. Maybe I feel like they're kind of obvious, especially offensively, but we'll see. Since your guy's up on the graphic, I'll let you go first, John. Who is your offensive baller of the week?
Yeah, to start with offense, it's got to be Leonard Fournette from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Four.
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns on the game, 3 rushing, 1 receiving. He had 17 carries for 100 rushing yards and then 7 receptions for 31 receiving yards. Like I said, 4 touchdowns. He was just a monster against the Colts defense that I think has really relied on their front seven to be their saving grace to stop the run. And he did it all the way up until the end. He scored the game-winning touchdown on a 28-yard run when it looked like maybe they would be settling for a field goal. He came and he punched it in.
Yeah, screwed me on the
So
spreads there.
yeah, I mean, me too. We both picked the Colts.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, he was just a monster, and I think once again against Colts defense, where this is the strength of their defense, being their front seven and their ability to stop the run and keep everything in front of them. He was a real key piece in why they're able to make that second half comeback and why they're able to win.
Yeah, and just quick note on Leonard Fournette, like he's having the year I thought he would have last year. I think he was kind of forgotten about as a talent. He had a really good rookie year in Jacksonville, but then had injuries and not great performance the next few years. And a lot of people put that on him, especially the way things ended in Jacksonville. But I mean, he's right back. I mean, we're seeing all these. I think there's that stat of all the highest paid running backs. Like most of them are injured or not doing well this year, and I know he was in McCaffrey's class, the highest paid running back, and now he's finally playing back to what he was his rookie year. So I'm happy for him because I always was pretty high on him, and we're seeing that with his blend of power and speed. That he's becoming a force in the run game because he's basically kicked out Ronald Jones out of that role. But my ball of the week, going with another running back. Once again, this is strictly a football pick. Going with Joe Mixon. I mean, you can't ignore the production he had. And of course, I played him this week in fantasy too. But yeah, I mean, heck, I even avoided him in fantasy this year because I was like, Bengals can't really run the ball. But they did, and they've been doing it more and more, and they had a great success against Pittsburgh, as we mentioned, who's typically a good run defense, but maybe this year they aren't. Nonetheless, Joe Mixon, I think he needs to be discussed and more discussed as a talented running back. Definitely in the top 10, I think, or at least in a conversation of running backs in the league. Now he finally seems to have a line in front of him that can create some holes that he can utilize. So he is my baller of the week this week. Had two touchdowns, right? I think I only had two. I think he had like 100. Let me pull it up. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't actually know off the top of my head.
Sorry, but
You can
statistically,
pull it up.
I got it. Yeah, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, 28 carries, so pretty efficient there. He did have 4 receptions for -2 yards, but we'll ignore that. Anyways, snake draft. I'll go for my defensive baller of the week. I'm going with one of my guys from the draft. He's had a great day. Jalen Phillips, who I mentioned, 3 sacks. He's been coming on as of late. And honestly, I didn't expect him to start doing things like this early. I thought it would take him a little bit longer because it's the New England system. They don't like their edge rushers to go after the quarterback. They like to contain and collapse the pocket. But he's been producing, and a big reason why Cam could never really get comfortable in that game. John, who is your pick for defensive baller of the week?
It's the guy that I wanted the Cowboys to draft on draft night. I still love Parsons, so I'm happy with the pick either way. But it's Pat Surtain from the Denver Broncos, like we talked about earlier. He was really the massive difference maker, and honestly, I would say he's the reason they won the game. Sure, I think the pick six, it was the one that was a little bit behind Eckler, still very catchable, and Eckler just let it hit off his hands, and Surtain's right behind it, takes it to the house. But he was just in the right place at the right time and, turned on the burners, made it into a touchdown. And the other pick was in the end zone, did not allow a touchdown, got the ball back for his team. So his 2 interceptions, Pat Surtain, ball of the week.
All right. And also, dad was in attendance, so that was awesome. I forgot there's like that weird thing. I think his dad was with the Dolphins in his last game. Last interception was against the Broncos. It was that weird, like, how, like, I don't know. It was weird, like coincidence type thing.
It was like his last pick 6 was in Denver
as a Dolphin.
As a Dolphin, and Surtain's first pick 6.
They play the Chargers. Sorry, as a Chargers.
He was on the Chargers.
I think so. It was like a weird thing between the Chargers and Broncos. I think I forget. I may be wrong. I don't
Regardless, I don't know what team he was on. Anyway, I know I saw it online too. His last pick six was in Denver,
in Denver
and then
as a Denver Bronco.
His son's first pick six was in Denver
as a Bronco too. So, anyways, I'm sure someone will figure that out. Anyways,